You tell him! You tell him I'm coming! Tell him I'm fucking coming!
Straight out the Brooklyn basement. It's the GodMode Podcast. GodMode Podcast. GodMode Podcast. GodMode Podcast. GodMode Podcast.
Yeah. Welcome back to the GodMode Podcast. Session 182. You are at the beginning, and you are now IDDQD. You know what I'm saying? It's been a little while. And now we're back to talk some crazy shit. Oh, my man, Broooklyn Bob. The chronicles continue.
We always keep on jumping back to this topic, but new shit keeps on happening.
Yeah, man.
You know what it is? I'll be honest. I predicted this a long time ago, just by watching like certain like everyone like makes comments to me. Oh yeah, you watch fucking this news and that news, and I'm saying, bro, I do a lot of reading like outside the news, and
Just seeing it coming.
I this whole thing with China, I'm very big on this whole thing with China right now, because even before all this shit went down, I started noticing things that they were doing, learning about things. They're going after Taiwan, and things are gonna pop off right there. It's already starting already.
Right.
It's already starting. We talked about it earlier with the WHO. Taiwan wants to be involved. They want to be a member, all this kind of stuff, and China doesn't want any other country recognizing Taiwan as its own country, and especially the United States, they don't want them to. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of fucking issues.
Right.
So, and like you said, we have a president that just says whatever the fuck he wants, and he's gonna say
He's gonna do it no matter what.
yeah, I mean, listen, he built the embassy in fucking he moved the embassy in like Israel or something like that overnight. He didn't give a shit. Yeah, do it, boom. You know, and people see that.
What you should say.
But listen, when you see countries like France getting involved now, and New Zealand, and even these small little countries, you gotta understand something. This is in their fucking backyard. They have to be, in order for them to have a war, they have to have these countries out of it. You know what I'm saying? They have to watch out for a lot of shit China down there.
Right.
I'm tired of people saying that China's going to beat us in the war. Can they take over Taiwan? Yes. I'm saying they have to watch out. If they get into an all-out war with a couple of countries over this, China's done. It's over.
Think so?
Yeah, France, England, America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand.
Why would you say done though? Like done what way? You know, like you're saying they're done. What
it would be the same thing, just like Germany in World War One.
Right.
Is after the war's over and China loses, they will be stripped from everything economically. They'll basically be blacklisted from the world until they change their regime.
Okay.
And they would have to do what the countries say they have to do. Like, you know, they changed Germany. Look at Germany now; it's a thriving country. They have their issues, but they're thriving. China would have to. It'd be like just like World War One. That's my answer to that question. Just like World War One, they will be fucking. They will lose the war. Their country will be blown up. They will be devastated economically, and they will have disease, famine, starvation going throughout their country. And the rest of the country is gonna say, "Okay, now you need us. You want food? You want this? You want that? Boom, boom, change." That's all. It did. Look, it happened, and look what happened in World War II. So, I'll tell you right now, man. Something's got to pop off. I mean, it's getting worse every year. It's getting worse and worse. The tensions over this whole Taiwan thing. Everyone keeps talking about the South China Sea. I said the South China Sea is not going to blow up because.
So to those who don't know, Taiwan's a little island off of
China. It's a country.
Yeah, it's its own country. Tell them a little history about Taiwan so we get a little understanding of it.
It's pretty simple. When they had the civil war in China, the communists won. All the people.
What years were these?
I think it was the 1950s, if I'm correct.
Okay.
I'm not 100%.
All right,
sure.
keep going. I just want to know what years it were.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was the Korean War. We could check later though. But,
Yeah.
Like I said, I know there was a civil war.
So, like, when did they split off of China and say, you know what, we're just going to make our own and we're going to call it Taiwan?
Well, this is the thing. For some reason, it's pretty funny, but there's people that say Taiwan is the original China.
Is that right?
And then there's people who say China is the original China. So the government that controlled, China before the Civil War, Taiwan to them was the original China. That was it. That was like the Mecca of China, When they lost the Civil War, they all went back to, they went to Taiwan. That's where they basically held up. That was their I guess their backup plan if things go bad for us. They weren't expecting it.
Right.
But they held up there. They, took they renamed the country and everything. Like, I don't know what the fuck they did. And ever since then, China looks at that, because at one time it was all China. And then when the Civil War ended, now the country got divided, but now they have this little island.
So at one point that Taiwan was Chinese.
Part of China.
Right? What years were those? Like, that was like mad far ago, like, right?
Well, this is the thing. There was other islands over there too. I believe Taiwan too was under Japanese control during World War II, because they got invaded and shit. So it's a lot. It's a lot of history with that little island.
Okay.
A lot of history. All I'm saying is that the people that live there right now consider themselves the Republic of China, and the other ones do. And China doesn't want anybody recognizing Taiwan, because Taiwan thinks that they're China. It's fucking wild.
That's nuts.
It is wild. It really
And
is.
this has been going on for a while, right?
I'm actually I want to look up the year of the Civil War, because I know they had the Korean War. The Chinese were involved. I think it might have been before that. I'm not sure. China's Civil War. Let me see. Okay. It
This is some social studies shit we're learning right
no,
now.
it was between 1927 and 1949. So this was an ongoing thing for a long time. So
For a while, right?
yeah. So it
Okay.
basically ended up with, one side being in Taiwan and the other side took over all of China.
Right.
But the bottom line is that China. I told you China has that on the 100. I think I said 2000. It was 1949. So 2049 they have the 100-year anniversary.
Right.
And they want to have Taiwan. It will not be complete. They have to have it. No, this is like law. This is like in their.
This just has.
It's part of the plan.
You guys had enough time to just chill now. Now
Bro.
it's time to come back into fold. Oh shit.
You understand something, when America was in the Korean War, China was the biggest reason. That and the Russians giving up military supplies and aid to the North Koreans. America fucking had a problem with them at that time on the ground, because there's just fucking too many of them. It really was. It was like maybe a couple of hundred Americans, or maybe a couple thousand.
Right.
There's like 100,000 of them walking down a mountain with guns and knives and shooting. And yeah, you can kill them all, but it takes a lot of ammunition. It takes a lot of fucking time.
Right.
And then the 100,000 more come the next day.
So it's like, yeah, what are you gonna do then?
I mean, yeah, eventually you start to, they pick you off little by little. But yeah, man, China's getting. The thing is, right now, it's this COVID thing going on in the world. It kind of seems like they're smart and saying, hey, if we're gonna do it, this is the time.
Do it under the veil of this.
No, you know why?
Yeah.
Do it under this for two reasons. One, they want to propaganda to your people is a big deal. The last thing you want to do is have the people of China thinking that China started this disease. So if they create a war or something like that, and they change the whole thinking of country.
Okay.
Right now, the country's focusing on taking over Taiwan. They want Taiwan. The Chinese people want Taiwan. The people want Taiwan. It's not the government.
Really?
It's the people. That's what's fucking scary. I don't know what the percentage of the people are, but still, like I said, if you got 20-30% of the people who want that country back, that's enough fucking people behind you. Especially in China, it's hundreds of millions.
That's crazy.
This is a serious thing.
That's crazy shit.
Listen, Boris.
That's crazy
Boris,
shit.
when did you ever? I mean, it happens once in a while, but when did you ever hear of a country not wanting another country involved in the World Health Organization? That's how serious. That's how petty they're getting. They cannot be in there because in order to be into the World Health Organization, you have to be a country. Mm-hmm. And if they enter that, that's like proof to the world that we're a country.
That it's a country.
And it's gonna be right now. China's trying to get the influence in the world. They're trying to convince.
So
the
they're
world.
not letting them get proof like that.
Well, that's why China's trying to do something with their elections. What they're trying to do is there are people in Taiwan who want to be a part of China. Their economy, they might believe they're going to be the superpower of the world. This might benefit them. It might even be a smart move. You never know. Sure. If Taiwan went to China, it might be a smart move.
Might be.
It really hurt the U.S.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, our fleet's out of there. It's gone. Yeah. We have troops there. We have ships there. We have military base there.
Well, then that would be an issue.
We have military bases, and I don't know if we have bases there, but I know we have military there. Like, they're in the area. I don't know exactly what we have there, but we have military in Japan. Bro, we're all over the East Coast of China. We have hundreds of thousands of troops who are fucking ready to the T. And we have fucking destroyers there, Navy ships, missile systems. I mean, we're not pointing shit at China, but it can be pointed within 5 seconds.
Right.
You know?
And it could be very effective.
I mean, technically, it's pointing at them. We got Australia down there, and we have India on the other end, and then you have Russia on top, who has their issues sometimes with them, you know, over some bullshit. So, China's in a middle of a bunch of shit. But I really think China's getting the balls where they're gonna say, hey, you know what? Let's pop off. Let's do this. Let's do it right now because America's dealing with a fucking virus. There's a new strain now coming around. This thing is obviously not going away.
I don't think so, man.
Maybe it's not infecting as much people as it was. We're getting smarter now, but this might be the perfect time for them to go into Taiwan and take over or start the war. You think America wants to get into a war with China right now? With this, this is about money. We can't afford to fight the coronavirus and to go to war at the same time.
I don't think so.
Nobody
I don't
can.
think so. I think our military budget is always ready to kick the fuck out of whoever the shit.
Oh no, we're ready. We have the resources.
So it's not even an issue.
But the question is wars with countries like that are different. They're longer. They're more expensive.
The reality is, if we need it that bad, do we need it that bad? You know what I mean? It can, you know, and if it's something that you can hold out on and just say, okay, let's do this and make money for now. But if there's no way to just get around it, then you got to say, fuck it, pop them real quick while no one's looking. Yeah, and that's it. We got to keep it rolling.
You know what it is too? People don't realize. Everyone thinks Taiwan is one little island. There's other islands there that are part.
How many islands are part of it?
I was watching something and they showed the map. They showed like, I think it was like 4 or 5 little islands, like between China and Taiwan claims them. And these things are like perfect fucking military fucking posts. You know, if you want to put military there, that's the whole thing about China right now. Even though they think it's their country, their main thing is militarily. Like I told you last time, this is their fucking Hawaii. They build this country is better than Hawaii. If they build this fucking thing up,
yeah,
they can fucking put a couple hundred ships over there. You understand something? The whole thing about war, even if we go to war with China, yeah, we can shoot missiles at them from our country, but we have to get close enough to do it. Our Navy has to get close in order for us to hit, you know, because we can't hit.
We got submarines that are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but you're right, we do. We have a lot of crazy shit. The problem is that China's smart. I see what they're doing. Even though they don't have the best technology, even though it's like, for example, like tanks. You know, we might have just say, if I'm not figuratively speaking, if we have 10,000 tanks, and they're fucking like the best tanks in the fucking world, and they're the most fucking advanced. China can't build that tank, but China can build 100,000 shittier tanks. But they fucking throw 20 or 30 at that one time.
Exactly.
That's a game they're playing. They're just trying to build more, and it doesn't mean nothing. I mean, listen, Germany had a lot more than England, and England fucking kicked the shit out of them, and the fucking in the air. I'm saying, you know, they outnumbered. But
but the country's going through an industrial revolution too, so they're building their powerhouse now.
What I'm
using other people's money, which is crazy.
How about this? What if China's smart and China says, hey, you know what? We're not going to do nothing until 2045. We're just going to be nice to everybody. We're going to make money off of them. We're going to build. We're going to steal technology. And then when things get really fucking lucky with us, they might create a new weapon.
Yeah.
They might tell the world, listen, fuck you now. We want Taiwan.
We got it.
We want this. We want that. We want this. And this is how it's going to go now. Listen, throughout history, superpowers always go down. Especially after 100 years almost. I mean,
the fluctuation of power, man.
I mean, we can honestly say America became the number 1 power after World War II. I mean, they say World War I we were still one of the strongest, which I do believe that. But that's because of geographically where we were. It was hard for anybody. We had Canada. We had, you know, it was hard to get over here. So we were always safe from war. We had a decent military.
True.
Our Navy was okay. I mean, we beat the fucking English Navy. Don't forget that.
And our neighbors were cool with us. You know, Mexico, Canada, and you know what I mean?
I mean, not too much Mexico. We kind of stole Texas from them, so they kind of had that in the back of their head. They're a little pissed off about that, but, you know, unfortunately...
Well...
Yeah, they lost that war.
What are you going to do?
But, no, I think what's scary is that China has openly said that their goal is to be number 1. And when they're number 1 militarily... They're already saying we're taking these islands, This is ours. There's one problem with, I know Chinese people pretty well, trust me. And when they think something's theirs, it's theirs. That's their mentality. It's kind of like immature babyish. It's mine. Fuck it. You know, fuck it. Fuck you. Yeah, it's mine. Okay.
That's crazy.
Even if they stole it, it's theirs. It's always theirs. Serious. Trust me, you know? Even if there's a contract and it's half and half, they consider it always all theirs.
Well, it's 50% there. Is, you know, they want to make sure they get their money's worth or something.
No, they want it all.
Well, that's business, man.
That's the thing with China. Is they want it all right now. They already have the economy. They're already building up. They're a fucking powerhouse economically. Right now, China's open. They're just sitting back like nothing changed. They're making shit. They're selling shit to countries.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. This is know what's gonna happen? We can have the toughest government in the world, but no one's gonna step over that line with them right now because they don't want to piss them off because it will cause an all-out war maybe. But I think Taiwan. You gotta watch Taiwan too. Taiwan's sneaky. See, Taiwan wants America and Canada. I mean, they want the United States and China in war. Because Taiwan has this, you know what happens now? You forget something. Taiwan's all for it. Because if the United States goes to war with China, and we go to real war, and France and England back us, and we kick the fucking shit out of them, all right?
Taiwan can get some China.
Who do you think America's going to give China to? Like, I'm saying, like, you know, who do you think the next puppet government's going to be? It's going to be the Taiwanese government.
Think so?
Fuck yeah. They're going to keep it. They're going to keep it China. And they're gonna make Taiwan the capital, and that's what they'll do. They'll do back to original how they originally had it.
Is that how original?
No, I don't think original was like that. No, it wasn't. But Taiwan will probably be a very important place.
That'd be pretty sick. That an island nation would be the capital for that nation that it was next to.
No, I don't think.
Pretty
yeah,
dope.
I don't think it would be a capital.
That's
though,
so dope. Though.
I don't know what the capital was beforehand. I gotta look that up. I know Beijing. I think is new. Might have been Hong Kong. Who knows? You know, people forget. Like in the 1900s, Hong Kong was like fucking a hub for the world, you know.
Right.
People were fucking all over there. English people, Americans, French, they were all over there chilling, and they were making money. You know, that regime, that communist regime that stepped up, they're no different than fucking Stalin. These guys, they ain't fucking around. You see what they're doing over there, bro, in China?
What are they doing?
They had a lot of people locked up, a lot of camps. They got some shit going on there, bro.
I believe it. They got a social program where they
have with the Muslims.
It is the face recognition technology, bro.
Bro, they control their
you,
people.
You could see who somebody is from 3 blocks away. If you got a problem with them, you just take them right there. It's crazy. It's crazy. You got a social score. It's all the stuff that our Constitution protects against. Over there, they just implement it because it's
It's
a communist government, a regime, really.
You know what scares me is I see a country. It's like, it reminds me of the United States, like in the 1980s. That's what it reminds me of, like a 1980s United States, China. But obviously they had the technology there. But the majority of the country, it's like this, comparing to like their revolution with technology and industrial. What scares me is I'm seeing the cities they're building.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they're finding a way to house all their people. Remember, those buildings can hold thousands of people sometimes. So they're building these massive cities. They're starting to get smart with food production. That's all you need in a country. You just need places for people to live. You need food to be grown. No matter how you do it, you need food.
Right.
And, you need other things, obviously. But the most important thing is food and shelter.
Yeah.
That's what will keep a country alive, So China's starting to scam you now. I mean, what do you think? What's your opinion on that? You think they'll be number one soon? Where they're going? They're jumping rapidly.
I don't know. They are moving. They are having an industrial revolution. They are building highway systems at a pretty radical rate for construction. They are building cities. And the good thing is it's from money that's pouring in from all over the world. So they're using other countries' money to build their country right now. So right now, I personally think they don't want beef with nobody. They're like, yo, leave us alone. Let us keep building this highway.
That's what I think.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whatever it is, let us keep building this highway. They're connecting all of their provinces now because a lot of China's land is rural.
Yes.
In
mountains.
between, and now they're getting to the rural areas with the highways. They're doing this, and I personally think that's great for the people. And will it be another powerhouse of a nation? It possibly could. Do I think it's going to be better? No. It's going to have its own dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Because the United States has a lot of undeveloped land too. And when we start developing our land, But I think we have to start with the cities we have. We have to modernize them to the point where they're self-sufficient and they become a good platform to build on. So like you already know, when you build this house, it makes its own energy. So you're not spending this and this, boom, boom, boom. So you start plopping those things down. Sectional houses, like, you know what I'm saying? You just configure shit to how you want and you populate. You know what I'm saying? And if we do it in the United States and we bring our own industry back at a reasonable rate where people can make money and live, then we can keep that American dream alive. So people can enjoy, you know, working for a construction company or this is and that. And at the same token, you know, modernize the country in every possible way. You know what I mean? So
I think America is going to have to, in order to beat China, I have to keep up with the race and stuff. First of all, we have to get our population to grow more. Very important. No,
have a baby boom.
It would be nice, but the more people, especially in the United States, I know the more people you have, the more money it's going to cost the country to do certain things. You know, it's obviously going to be a bigger expense, but I just think more people, don't have more people until you find a way to obviously feed them and house them. But I think, I'm not scared of the 1.5 billion Chinese. I'm not scared of 1.5 billion. I'm just scared of the 400, 500 million. Even though we could beat them in a war, I'm just scared of that 400 or 500 million number. Not for America, for Asia, for Europe. You know, they can get there.
Yeah.
They can. Let me tell you something. I mean, what Hitler did with the amount of troops he had, what he took over in Europe, was pretty fucking massive.
Yeah.
They have like 10 times the amount. And they have better technology than he had. You understand?
But do they have strategy?
That's the problem. That's what Germany lacked, was strategy. They had good strategy when it came to Poland. They had good strategy when it came to France. But outside that, they made a lot of mistakes in Russia. And they made a lot of mistakes on the English Channel. They didn't know how to fight. They never prepared for fighting England in the air. That was their biggest mistake, I think.
Yeah, they didn't think the RAF could fucking hold their own,
They
son.
didn't fuck around, the RAF.
Yo, monsters, bro.
To this day. Everyone knows America has the best everything.
No, not till this day. Back then.
No, to this day.
No, the RAF exists. It's in good shape.
The RAF is amazing right
But it's
now.
not the United States Air Force.
No, nothing is. Nothing is. But I would say the number 2 Air Force in the world is the RAF.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
They're trained to the ball. They have a long history. They've been...
Yeah, they've been combat guys for a while.
Those were the first fighter pilots, like them, the Germans, and the Americans, and the French.
They used to fly around dropping grenades.
Yeah.
When they didn't have no machine guns or nothing.
They would have someone throwing shit off the fucking side of the plane and shit.
Yeah.
Who was it? The Japanese. Those are some fucking crazy little pals. That's why I stay with China. If America's smart, we have a pretty good relationship with Japan. We still have like those. There's still like a certain rule set in place that Japan's not allowed to have a big military. Because what they did, they fucking massacred like all of Asia, you know, in the Philippines and shit. But I think we're past that now. I think it's time to say let's lift that, and let's get fucking let's let Japan build up a fucking military of fucking 3 or 4 million. South Korea already has it. South Korea got a big fucking military.
Yeah.
Yeah, troop wise.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about North Korea. They got just as many, with better technology, better weapons.
I'd place bets on the South Koreans. Yeah,
fuck
all day long, man. They march up there, shit's getting real.
Now my question is, Korea obviously owes China, because North Korea wouldn't be around if it wasn't for China. So if China and Taiwan pop off, I can only guarantee you that North Korea is gonna let China, you know, have bases there, or you know, because they're gonna let troops go through. North Korea is not gonna say anything. That's gonna cause a lot of problems in the South Korean peninsula. It's gonna cause problems in Japan. It's gonna obviously cause problems in Taiwan. They're gonna start shooting back in the South China Sea, because China's gonna need their military to surround that country, because they can't do a land invasion right away. It's not gonna happen in Taiwan. Taiwan got a fucking pretty fucking crazy military over there. They're gonna be blowing those ships out of the water. The only way you can get troops there probably is through air, was parachuting, or maybe flying planes. They have to get control of the islands over there first. That's where the war's gonna be really bad. Where it's gonna start off. Millions are gonna die. Millions of people for those islands, they say. My thing is, what do you think about? You got Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand, England, America, France. All these countries would have to get involved in order to stop from taking Taiwan, because all these countries surround there. A lot of them do, not France and England, but not United States. But U.S. ain't that far from there too. I mean, Hawaii is not too far. It's like, what was it, 2,000 miles? Thousands of miles though, but it's still
closer.
It's close enough where we don't want no one hanging out there. But yeah, that would be an insane fucking war, because like Australia and Indonesia, all these had to get involved, because if China gets control of Taiwan,
they'd have to, but who will is a whole different story.
What I'm saying is, China got control. If China got control of Taiwan, they got control of those islands over there,
right?
And they're already in the South China Sea. That pushes them out into the ocean very fucking far. That pushes them out the boundaries further. That tells a lot of countries, well, this is our space now. You cannot come in here without asking us permission.
Right.
That cuts off fucking tradeways.
To a certain extent, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Make an embargo.
Exactly. It fucks up the trade lines.
Yeah.
It fucks up air travel, everything.